or mobile. Take Fox Sports 1350 with you using iHeartRadio. It's the IE's home for sports. KPWK AM 1350, Riverside, San Bernardino, an iHeartRadio station.
This is Robert Latown from BlackSportsOnline.com, and I'm out here with Fox 1350.
We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet connected and protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. Make sure you visit us at foxsports1350.com. And you know what? I know you were the reads. You're getting stumbled on that, but you know a previous read may be making its return. You know,
I've heard
the ink on the check has not been done yet, but negotiations are aplenty as we go.
Yeah, I know. I did hear that, and I'm very exciting news. It's always good to see that you're
Might
out
get
there.
my chirp back.
You're right. Where you at?
Right? A little hint, you know?
Yeah, hint. But, you know, we are really excited. I was just letting everybody know on social media that we are, as of today, 14 days away from the Riverside Sheriff's Association All-Star Classic, which will be preceded by the 215 All-Star Classic, which pits Riverside versus San Bernardino, and that is the small schools, lower divisions, and 8-man football. Players and coaches will be taking place in that game, and then the Riverside Sheriff's Association All-Star Classic is going to be some of the best players in Riverside County will be taking place, and we're really excited about that game.
Indeed. The jerseys are being produced. The jerseys will be done. Confirmation I got, they'll be done by the 7th, so I'm excited about that. They our manufacturer will just let me know that they're going to make sure the logos are on there and the logos are legit, so I'm excited about that. So that's going to be good stuff. And the game is going to be played in Riverside at Ramona High School doubleheader. Like we said, our lower division.
I don't know. Hold on a second. You might need to run that back. I'm sorry. You said it's going to be played where now?
In Riverside. So the lower.
No. I mean, you had it right.
On Magnolia. So the lower division.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
He's going to disrespect my school.
So at Ramona High School, so the lower divisions in 8-man football, their game is going to kick off at 5 o'clock. And then the big schools, or the higher divisions, are going to kick off at 7:30, which will be the big game. That event, as we say, is the biggest event that we do in the entire year, in the entire calendar. So it's a great way to start the year. So that game will kick off, like we say, in 14 days. We're excited about that. We've talked to the sheriffs. The sheriffs are excited. They're going to bring out their own recruiting station. So that's going to be really, really good. I was just talking to former sheriff's president, Mr. Masson. He's up north. So he's up north doing some things. He's been gone for a minute. I keep telling him when he gets back, we got to, because he's up there. I just saw him. He's living his best life. He was at a cigar lounge. I said, hey, when you get back to SoCal, we got to hit we got to hit a cigar lounge and get some cognac. You know, we got to go ahead and do that because we still haven't celebrated his retirement.
Right. We do have to make sure we get a chance to do that again. Our guy, Mr. Masson, is our source and our contact for establishing that relationship with the Riverside Sheriff's Association. So that's something we're really excited about. But again, we do have a great show lined up today. We have some very special guests. We're going to be talking about.
I'm always here. You know?
Yeah. I don't know if we were talking about you. I don't know.
One thing say this guest. I'm sorry, say this guest, but I'm really excited about a new thing that we're going to bring up.
Do tell.
No, I'm saying our intern Cameron. He's eager. He's excited. You know, I started in sports a long time ago. In high school, when I was in school, I was the editor for the sports page, and I was the editor for the entertainment page. And journalism is in my blood, man. Journalism is my thing. In high school,
yes.
I wrote for 4 newspapers. So young Cameron is also into journalism. So he's going to put together, we're going to try it out because we sent out a newsletter, and young Cameron is going to put together the story for us so we can go ahead and make that work. So journalism lives, man, even though people think it doesn't. Journalism will forever live on. It's just changed.
Well,
it's become blogs.
I was just about to say it just changed the format in which people receive that content now. So, and we always say, man, make sure you guys support the local newspapers and local journalists. But we are really excited about it. We have some great interns in here to do some good work. So you'll be seeing some of their content coming up. As we said, we have some very special guests. we're going to be talking about the Damon Classic, and that was
everyone's tweeting on that one.
That it's a and we've gotten and it's in the Inland Empire, which we're really excited about, and people have just kind of I know
area.
All right,
but Laverne.
I know it's not what's there. When you call it, what do they?
I think it's 626 in Laverne.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Laverne. I'd have to Google that one.
I don't know about that. Because when you call the school, it's 909.
You sure?
I don't know which one. I mean, because I think you might owe me lunch already.
No, so. I do not. I do not.
Okay, we'll get that Googled up in a minute. But again, we know that Damon participates in the Baseline League.
Yes,
so which is an Inland Empire.
They are a 909. I stand corrected.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please?
I do stand corrected.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Thank you kindly.
This guy G holler, man.
He's gonna do that. But no, like I said, we have to. I mean, even folks from the LA Times talk about how quality of a tournament that is, and the way it's run, and how well it's run. So hats off to the folks over at Damon High School doing a really good job of making sure they're hospitable to all the local reporters and making sure they're getting the content out. But the teams that are playing out there, the matchups are just. I mean, that's why we have our guy Matthew in here today. He's going to kind of like break it down a little bit, like about that tournament. He's been one of the guys he's been boots on the ground talking about that tournament. So we'll have him in there. And then Coach B, as you know, we just got through doing an interview with a guy that you are excited that, I don't want to say a guy that you're excited about. I guess that didn't really sound that well. I mean, a gentleman, whose career that you follow, none other than Entourage, Rush Hour, Old School. We're talking about none other than Jeremy Piven. He'll be at the Improv, and he'll be taking everybody in for the countdown. We're gonna be, one of us will be out there. I don't know which one. I mean,
when is his show?
It's New Year's.
Okay, New Year's. Okay,
or New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Got it.
So he'll be doing the countdown right there in the great city of Ontario. We had him on. We did an interview. You guys will get a chance to see the interview coming up soon. We did a great interview with him, but again, Jeremy Piven, really, really funny guy. I don't know if you remember him.
Artie Go.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And he was the guy in Rush Hour 2. I don't know if you remember when they went into the Versace store, and he was the guy trying to get Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan dressed, and he was kind of like the feminine kind of guy, and it was just, hilarious. Really almost stole the movie. Really, really funny guy. He told me about how it was really all improvisated. So that was really special. So we'll have that interview coming up. And then if you guys don't have plans already for New Year's Eve, go out and check him out. He'll be at the Ontario Improv.
Right. And, one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life, man, he was a part of it. I don't know if this goes back to the 80s. So, our audience, is a lot of young kids that follow us. But he was in one of my favorite movies ever, Lucas. Do you remember Lucas? When the kid, remember he played football and he got the kickoff and then he got piled up and then his helmet was like sideways.
He's in that movie?
He's a part of Lucas, yes, sir.
I did not know that.
Yes, sir. Hey, you know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like I said, me and Jeremy, we go a little ways back. He was on Ellen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's done some really successful things in his lifetime.
The funny thing about it, I was
Larry Sanders Show.
Yes, I was watching an interview with him, and he was talking about a lot of people really know him from Entourage. He said, but what people don't know, he said he's done 20 movies before that he even got that Entourage break. So he's a seasoned actor, and he's also on stage. He's a thespian by trade as well.
Like yourself. So he was in Grosse Point Blank, Singles, Very Bad Things, The Family Man, Black Hawk Down, The Kingdom, Heat, PCU, Old School.
I know he was in.
Do I need to keep going?
Yeah, Old School. He's hilarious in Old School.
Rush Hour 2, like you said, he was in Cars. So I mean, let me know if there's any more I need to break down.
Yeah, he's a great guy. We had a chance to talk to him. I'm really excited. He was like, make sure you come to the show. So he said, we get a chance to meet him and so forth. So we're excited.
Oh, so y'all like that now?
Oh yeah, we texting back and forth now.
Oh, okay, so you like that now. So check him out. Like you said, New Year's Eve, Ontario Improv Comedy Club, located in the Ontario Mills Mall, 4555 Mills Circle, Ontario, California. If you need to call the box office, make sure you dial 909-484-5411. That's 909-484-5411. Ontario Improv. Yeah, I definitely want to check that out, man. Because like I said, Jeremy Piven's hilarious guy. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we have our trainer coming up next. So that's going to be good stuff. So are we ready to do this?
Well, we got to bring him in right. This
brother, put respect on it.
What we're going to be talking about, because I don't know if you've obviously been on social media. Everybody is talking about how much of a train wreck 2018 was for him.
Uh-huh.
I don't really personally feel like that. I'm going to be honest. 2018, there was some diversity, but, IE Sportsnet, Fox Sports Radio, we did our thing.
Uh-huh. We keep it growing.
And there it is. But what a lot of folks are talking about, they're going to be brand new in 2019. So we got a guy in here to help folks out, the one to start the new year off in terms of, I know everybody wants to start exercising. Everybody want to be weight conscious. He's going to talk to you about how to keep them pounds off.
There you go.
He's going to talk to us about how to eat right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, you're listening to the flagship, IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Association with Coach B.
Andy Turtle, when it comes to Illinois Fire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here live on Fox Sports 1350.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto and Prodexa users. If you or a loved one has taken the blood-thinning drugs Xarelto or Prodexa and suffered an injury or even died, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now. Xarelto and Prodexa have been linked to internal bleeding, strokes, and pulmonary embolisms. If you or a loved one has taken these blood-thinning drugs and have been hospitalized for internal bleeding, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Don't be a silent victim. Time is limited to file your claim. Call now for free information and a free consultation. Lines are open 24/7. Call 800-282-8605. That's 800-282-8605. 800-282-8605. You could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now.
All right, guys, we're ready for our four-season sunroom, and Daddy's gonna get a rec room with refreshments.
Oh no, we'll be sleeping under the stars.
Mom, what about the one with, the fun?
Nice try, little bro. It's a gym. My gym.
Hey, Grandma's getting her Four Seasons garden room. Weather tight and still like being outdoors. Maybe a living room. Oh no, wait, a family hub.
Yeah!
No matter what the budget, the season, or the climate, Four Seasons Sunrooms let you and your family enjoy the outdoors inside. Call now to hear more about these great offers from the premier manufacturer of sunrooms since 1975.
More reasons for Four Seasons now.
To find out more, call toll-free 800-973-5533. That's 800-973-5533. Call 800-973-5533 today.
Score Sports has been a loyal partner in the sports industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1975, Score Sports has always been a family-owned and operated business located in the heart of Southern California. They offer a full line of youth and adult soccer uniforms, accessories, and field equipment, youth and adult basketball uniforms and accessories and equipment. Score Sports can outfit your coaches and league referees as well, and much more. Their dedication and attention to detail has transformed Score Sports into one of the leading sport uniform manufacturers in the United States. Visit their spacious warehouse at 726 East Anaheim Street in Wilmington, or call them today at 800-626-7774. That's 800-626-7774. Or visit them on the web at scoresports.com. That's scoresports.com, at facebook.com/scoresports, or on Twitter and Instagram with the handle ScoreSports. That's SCORESPORTS.
Hey, football fans, leave the Hail Marys for the game and go for the sure thing when it comes to satisfying your craving. When you pick up Raising Cane's for game day, all you have to worry about is the score, because we've got the food covered with fresh, never-ever frozen chicken fingers, cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Our chicken fingers are always hand-battered and cooked to order, so no matter the score, you'll always win. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day, and our chicken is hand-battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
What's up, world? This is your favorite comic, Tony Rock. And you're checking out Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports.
Oh, my.
Yes, we are back. You know
I'm
what?
that type of guy, huh? All right, G. Holla.
We are live in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It is IE Sportsnet, protected and connected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. Make sure you follow us on FoxSports1350.com. You know my favorite line of that song?
Do tell.
He said, I'm the type of the guy that leave my drawers in your hamper.
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah,
Google that. Google the LL Cool J.
Oh, yeah,
I'm that type of guy. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, no, he that's our guy right there.
Yeah, yes,
ladies
sir.
Ladies love right there. But
Mr.
we have
Liquor.
Yeah, Mr. Vaseline.
Right.
Right. But we have a very special guest in the house. As we talk about, we've been on social media as everybody else has been, and folks are talking about trying to change, do a turnaround, do a pivot 180, stepping into 2019 with exercise. They're talking about they're going to go to the gym, folks. I mean, the gym memberships are going up. The trainers, they getting paid. And the nutrition shops are having folks in there patronizing their business. But we have our guy right here. Sir, please introduce yourself. A gentleman that needs no introduction. We're going to go ahead and let him introduce himself to the Fox Sports Radio audience.
My name is Preston Lynch, Zone Fitness, 25-8, baby.
There it is. Now tell everybody now, the 25-8 is something you came up with, but tell everybody what the 25-8, what it stands for, what it represents.
25-8 is a mental aspect. You know, it's a knockoff of 24/7. And it's not enough hours in the day. So I want to continue to work around the clock. It's about being different, about thinking outside of the box.
So I like that already. So again, so now Coach B is our fitness guy of the two.
You can tell. Absolutely. Yeah. I got the peanut butter M&Ms and coffee over here.
But no, what we wanted to talk to you about is, again, as we said, you're somebody that I've known for a long time, and you've always been serious about fitness, working out, staying in shape. But as we were talking about, we're going into 2019. So talk to our audience about some things they could do in terms of getting themselves fit, in terms of exercise, and something that they can maintain. Because a lot of people kind of, as you know, they go in there, they go hard January, February starts slipping, and by March, they back eating chitlins. So, so talk to us about, some stuff that they could do in terms of trying to maintain that.
Well, Ed, you're right about that. The thing is that everybody loves, newness.
Right.
They like new.
Right.
New shoes, new house.
Right.
Some new relationship.
Right.
But the problem is that I'm finding is the maintenance aspect of it.
Right.
How to maintain and sustain throughout the year. And so, like you said earlier, during the first week, everybody's riding off that hype. Second week, it goes a little something like, they got a little momentum that's carrying them from the first week. Third week, you start to hear your first excuse. Okay. and then into the fourth, fifth, sixth week, things start to die off.
Right.
And you have 80% of the people that make those New Year's resolutions in regards to their health, they die off around February, like
right.
you said earlier.
Right.
So, I have some things on how I continue to keep the boat rolling, throughout the year, from year to year, day to day.
Right.
Like you said. And so, as far as exercise is going, the thing I want to put out there is you got to switch things up. The body gets comfortable and complacent So every 3 to 4 weeks, you got to switch up your exercise regimen.
Now, when you say switch it up, do you mean eat hamburgers and then cheeseburgers? Okay, I mean, or do you say like take the cheese off the? I mean, give everybody like when you say switch it up, like what do you mean? Give everybody a little.
Well, in the let's stay with the exercise.
No, and I was being funny, but you know what I mean.
No,
exercise.
I got you. But in the exercise,
Like I take this seriously.
No, it's all good. No, but in terms of exercise.
No, but in terms of exercise, you want to switch up your environment.
Right. Okay.
Park, gym, in your home. If you're going on vacation, take that with you. You just want to switch your regimen up, everywhere you go.
Now tell me about everybody about being goal oriented. Like, is that helpful? Like, let's say everybody, like, because I know you train a lot of people. Do they come in there and say, hey, I have a goal, and you try to keep them to a certain goal? How does that work?
Well, Ed, I like that you asked that question. That's a good question right there. This is all about mentality. Okay. The problem is when we set goals, we don't maintain those goals.
Yeah.
Those goals sometimes go from 30, 60 to 90 days to, half a year,
right.
6 months or whatever.
Right.
The thing that I try to teach is, lifestyle.
Right.
Lifestyle. Because your health is your most important thing. So it's all about letting the goal be lifestyle. And if we can take that, then there's no days off.
Right.
Right. Good deal. Now I'm looking at this. Now you say you've been doing this for nearly 25 years.
Training. Yes.
Now that's something right there, man. What got you involved in doing this? Because I thought about being a personal trainer. I thought about doing all that stuff. I said it's easier to be fat. But what got you involved in doing such a thing?
Well, that's a good question as well. But just knowing it wasn't what got me involved in it. It was just it always being in me, and then me recognizing that this was something that I was always doing, since, my college days in, 94, 93, 94. And after a while, I just wanted to expand on it. I wanted to, learn about the nutrition aspect of it. I wanted to learn how things correlate and how things make sense and give myself a purpose. Then I had so much stuff stored up in me. It got to a point to where I said, I got to start sharing this stuff.
Right.
I got to start handing this information out to others.
And you played college football?
Yes, sir.
I played on the bench. So where'd you play at?
I played at RCC. Riverside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a local product. He's a local product. Now, real quick. Now, I want to, because you talked about exercise in terms of changing up the regimen. Now, and I like what you said, lifestyle, because that thing to me that's really important. Because what you're saying is it's not something that you just do. It's something that you have to continue to do. Now in terms of diet, how does that apply? Because most folks want to go to fast food. How I go. Folks are running. As you said, it's 25/8. People got schedules. But tell everybody how maybe your advice in terms of maintaining that the food diet and appetite and so forth.
Well, diet, there's a connotation that goes with diet, and what it is it's a going on and going off connotation that's connected to that. And what I want people to know is that food is medicine, okay, and it's not about getting on and getting off. It's about, again, it's about lifestyle.
Right.
It's about learning the foods that's going to take care of your body, that's going to fuel your body, and then it's about acting accordingly. So the diet plan that that I normally go by is that you want to, first and foremost, you want to make sure you're drinking water every single day.
Uh-oh. So
every single day.
So yes, I mean the water.
That gotta be the top of your list.
The first.
There's water and soda, technically, and in coffee. So technically there's water in there. So.
I make coffee with water.
And
but
that's
you're talking
how
about.
we think too.
But right, no. So water is one of the main things that you like. Hey, you got to be on the water regimen.
Well, yeah, that's a great place to start. You want to make sure every day you're drinking your water, and they say drink 8-ounce glasses of water a day, cups of water a day. From there you want to make sure that you always getting a breakfast in.
Right.
Breakfast meal in. One of the meals that's kind of hard to get in each day because you're up and you don't have the appetite that
you
early
eat breakfast, Coach B?
Yeah, peanut butter M&Ms right here, man. This is good stuff. All right, so I got my water and my soda and my peanut butter M&Ms. All right.
So we start with water, have a good breakfast, and then what's something else?
Well, you want to make sure your food is pleasurable. food is sometimes we make food dull and things like that. So you want to make sure that you're making food good food that you are going to enjoy. Another thing is you want to make sure that you food prep. A lot of we hear about it a lot, prepping and stuff like that, but we don't want to really take the time to food prep. But you have to food prep,
and that keeps you away from the ding dong donuts, Jack in the Box.
They work at Baker.
You see, he working. But real quick, AP, we got to get ready to get out of here. But what I want to be able to do is because what I like about it when you're on social media, always have a positive attitude. You up early, you running up and down mountains. And we even told our young interns in there, I think, we have Quanta Latifah. Kiana. She's only, I think she just turned 18 yesterday. And when we told her that you were 50, everybody had the, like, you know what I mean? Like, so.
It don't crack, brother.
Yeah, but like you said, like it's a blessing because you say, Eddie, it's a 25-8 mentality you have. No doubt about it. But so tell everybody where they can find you on social media, where they can contact you, how they can get in contact with you. Because I know folks are hearing this like, I need to hear more of this.
Well, social media, you can go Instagram, you can go zonefitness.org, and then also you can contact me at Yahoo. So that's zonefit@yahoo.com. And also you can go Facebook, Preston Lynch.
There it is right there, man. And again, man.
And your cousin Marshawn?
But again, we appreciate that. We're talking about, again, we have Preston from Zone Fitness right here. Again, an Inland Empire representative right here. So somebody that's here local is helping folks out, get fit, get their mind right, and live that right lifestyle. Coach B, look, you and I, we could both use a little bit of that in our life. You about to say something?
Yeah, I had some, just some few words that I just wanted to share.
Please,
close out if I can. Okay, so I just want the people to remember this, that the goal is lifestyle, okay? And your health should be your number one priority, no matter what, folks.
Man,
that's all you have, okay? Take the gym with you wherever you go, okay? Also, be realistic about your goals, okay? Understand patience is a virtue, okay? You can't get everything in one day. Utilize your time well. If your son is at practice or something like that, make sure you're getting something in, okay? Leave the scale alone, okay? Last thing I want to say is people, make sure you're loving yourselves because that's all you have. Your health is your number one, so make sure you're loving yourself through your health.
Absolutely, man.
So Fitness 25-8, baby.
There you go.
Right
so
there.
Here's the problem I have, Eternal. My wife is anemic.
Uh-oh.
So she actually likes all the rolls that I have. It keeps her warm at night. So that's the problem I have with getting fit and doing that. So that's why, I eat these peanut butter M&Ms, not for me.
Yeah.
It's for her. She's anemic, so it helps keep her warm.
We're going to have to go. We're going to have to, I see we're going to have to get you a warm blanket for maybe we'll get that for your honeymoon or something.
There you go.
Not your honeymoon, but your anniversary or something like that.
I had to drop her full name. She hates it. Brandy Laninia Arrington.
There it is right
that's
there.
her.
Fantastic. Again, man, thank you so much. Press for coming in and sharing the story, man. We appreciate that. I hope our audience got a chance to live that, again, healthy lifestyle. Lord knows I'm trying to make sure we do that. And hopefully that's on your to-do list for 2019.
Right. And for anyone who doesn't know, that's what happens. See, her dad, that's what happens when a brother goes to Spanish class at night. He names his daughter La Nina. That means baby girl in Spanish. That's not like my wife would say, that's not a name. That's an object. But that's not important. That's not important, man. So you are listening to IE Sports Net, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
Andy Turtle, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here, live on Fox Sports 1350.
That'd be like naming me Brian Hamhawk Arrington. You know what I mean?
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto and Protexia users. If you or a loved one has taken the blood-thinning drugs Xarelto or Protexia and suffered an injury or even died, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now. Xarelto and Protexia have been linked to internal bleeding, strokes, and pulmonary embolisms. If you or a loved loved one has taken these blood-thinning drugs and have been hospitalized for internal bleeding, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Don't be a silent victim. Time is limited to file your claim. Call now for free information and a free consultation. Lines are open 24/7. Call 800-282-8605. That's 800-282-8605. 800-282-8605. You could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now.
All right, guys, we're ready for our Four Seasons sunroom, and Daddy's gonna get a rec room with refreshments.
Oh no, we'll be sleeping under the stars.
Mom, what about the one with, the fun?
Nice try, little bro. It's a gym. My gym.
Hey, Grandma's getting her Four Seasons garden room. Weather tight and still like being outdoors. Maybe a living room. Oh no, wait. A family hub.
Yeah!
No matter what the budget, the season, or the climate, Four Seasons sunrooms let you and your family enjoy the outdoors inside. Call now to hear more about these great offers from the premier manufacturer of sunrooms since 1975.
More reasons for Four Seasons now.
To find out more, call toll-free 800-973-5533. That's 800-973-5533. Call 800-973-5533 today.
Score Sports has been a loyal partner in the sports industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1975, Score Sports has always been a family-owned and operated business located in the heart of Southern California. They offer a full line of youth and adult soccer uniforms, accessories, and field equipment, youth and adult basketball uniforms and accessories and equipment. Score Sports can outfit your coaches and league referees as well, and much more. Their dedication and attention to detail has transformed Score Sports into one of the leading sport uniform manufacturers in the United States. Visit their spacious warehouse at 726 East Anaheim Street in Wilmington, or call them today at 800-626-7774. That's 800-626-7774. Or visit them on the web at scoresports.com. That's scoresports.com, at facebook.com/scoresports, or on Twitter and Instagram with the handle ScoreSports. That's ScoreSports.
Hey, football fans, leave the Hail Marys for the game and go for the sure thing when it comes to satisfying your craving. When you pick up Raising Cane's for game day, all you have to worry about is the score, because we've got the food covered with fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Our chicken fingers are always hand battered and cooked to order, so no matter the score, you'll always win. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day, and our chicken is hand battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic, and our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
This is Robert Littell from BlackSportsOnline.com, and I'm out here with Fox 1350.
We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected and connected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. Make sure you follow us at FoxSports1350.com. Whose song is that again, G. Holla? I totally... MC Light. Oh, man. Eternal and I have had a heated debate.
Oh, my God.
He thinks MC Light is the greatest female rapper ever.
It's not even...
I say Nikki D. But, I mean, if you look at longevity, yes. But Nikki D, you remember Nikki D, G. Holla? She was a lyricist. She was ahead of her time. Here's the funny thing about it. With female rappers, you have to have sex appeal to sell records. And Nikki D didn't have that. Nikki D was a lyricist, man. So... But that's all good. Heather B was good too, but I digress.
You see how quiet I was.
I digress. I digress.
You see how nice and quiet I was. Like
MC Light is like commercial, but it's all good. I'm just saying. Man.
Matthew, look, we got our guy Matthew.
All right, we talking sports. We talking sports, man. Let's get back to sports.
I can see I like Matthew already because he was just when you said MC Light was commercial, he was just cringing.
But it's all good. But I digress.
Oh, boy, I tell you, his music. Now he's great. He's great at sports, but his music taste outside of him liking Prince is just downhill. It goes downhill from there. But anyway, we digress. We are talking basketball. This gentleman we have in studio, we've been getting a chance to see him, and just really excited about the fact he's always out there.
I saw a nice program over here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go right there, the Damon Classic. But please introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience, please.
Good morning, guys. Matthew Kovac. I'm just a guy who loves basketball.
There it is. Right.
I'm a former coach, and I've turned that into just helping out all my friends out there, for whether it's former players who are now in college, whether it's high school coaches that I know, college coaches that I know, and then just helping them out through social media and just trying to make everyone better around me.
Fantastic, and you do a really good job at that.
Thank you.
And again, most of the time, it's the selfless guys like yourself who do like the best work because they don't have an agenda.
No,
and I like that.
Yeah.
But we brought you to talk about just the Damon class. We just heard. I mean, it's really for us here locally, Southern California, more so the Inland Empire,
right,
it's really gotten a lot of press in terms of there's a lot of excitement about it. People are talking about the quality of the tournament, but you've been there, boots on the ground. Talk to us about what your thoughts are about the tournament in itself, in its totality.
Just totality, it's absolutely loaded. It's in its third year. First year it had 48 teams, 3 brackets. Last year, 64 teams, 4 brackets, and this year, 64 teams, 4 brackets.
Wow.
Well balanced. Teams from city section, out of state, out of country actually. 1 team from Canada.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Just really balanced. City section power Fairfax, powers from the IE, powers from the OC, like Santa Margarita.
Right.
Just really balanced, well ran, and I mean everyone's happy from everybody that I've talked to.
Oh yeah.
Well, the problem is they don't have everybody in here. I don't see the Downey Vikings.
Oh, because they probably.
Hey, that's Coach Sheldon, big fan.
Yes.
I've helped them out a lot on social media. That's one of the coaches.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of the coaches out there that I believe in does an outstanding job.
So funny story is, not to cut. I know you turned.
No, please.
So I graduated from Downey in '93, and Coach Shelton was our coach then,
awesome.
And he is still there.
Yes, he is.
So he's like the ageless wonder.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
Tell him,
awesome.
ask him, hey, do you remember that Brian Arrington, your bench warmer?
He's gonna say, you mean the guy that never, ever got off the bench?
The guy I said he maybe should be the team manager. Yeah, I remember him.
That's done. I will absolutely do that.
Yeah, Coach Shelton, man.
That league was nasty back in the day.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, one of the things when you mentioned balance, talk to us about how important that is, because obviously, I've heard that term used a lot in terms of when they talk about the Damon Classic. But tell our audience why that's important, and versus not to kind of put anybody else down, but why that's important in terms of having balance.
Well, just the quality of competition, and especially in the platinum bracket. You're going to get 4 games, regardless if you go to the left of the bracket or to the right of the bracket.
And explain the left and the right brackets.
Well, you win, you're going to the right.
Right.
You lose,
you swipe right.
Yes. You lose, you're going left.
Right.
But by the end of this tournament, you got 4 quality games to where you're going to see where your team stands, and that's to me, that's what you want as a coach.
Right.
I mean, if I was still coaching, I would want to be in that platinum bracket. I want my guys to be, to compete,
right,
and to be tested. I want to play a Fairfax. I want to play a Santa Margarita.
Right.
Now, one thing I noticed, not to cut you off, one thing that I noticed is am I correct when you talk about the teams, Platinum Division, are all the games played in one gym?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, one gym, and then today some of those teams will be played in the second gym on campus.
Okay.
But all 16 of those teams are on Damien's campus.
So if you buy the ticket to the Platinum, look at these. You have Rancho Christian, Birmingham, Santa Margarita, Etiwanda. That I have a daughter that graduated there, and I have 2 kids there, so it's all good.
Baby mama know them.
There you go. Notre Dame. Then this is going to be interesting. Notre Dame Sherman Oaks against Notre Dame Riverside. So that's the battle of the Notre Dame.
Well, that already carried it out. Notre Dame Riverside won that game.
Well.
So we knew Notre Dame was going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that was again. Darn good win too, because Notre Dame Sherman Oaks has 2 D1 kids.
Yes.
There you go.
Now.
I'm not. Give me respect on it. You had the Buckeyes. Where are the Buckeyes from?
Buckeyes from Arizona.
Wow. Chino Hills, St. John Bosco, Riverside Poly, Corona Centennial, San Bernard, Damien, Second Baptist.
Second Baptist with
Rancho
Texas.
Verde, and Fairfax. They couldn't get First Baptist?
Right. Now, one of the things about this tournament we were talking about, because there were just some spectacular games that took place. I mean, some game. I saw one that I think that went into 4 overtimes last night. If I'm not mistaken. But for you, what was one of the better games that you got a chance to see? You put eyes on. You said, man, that was just it was a game.
I would take it actually from the second bracket, actually, the gold division. A team from the IE, Colony High School, Coach Fabius, played a team from Orange County, Canyon from Anaheim.
Interesting.
And just the pace of the game was great because Colony wants to press.
Right.
And Canyon has a point guard that is very difficult to press. And they run a 5-out, and they move the ball really well. So just the pace of the game was outstanding.
Nice.
Quality of the game was good, and the coaching was outstanding.
Right. Now, in terms of, I also wanted to ask you, the better team, because I mean, and I know it's difficult, but in terms of like Southern California team that you saw,
Etowanda.
I don't know. We're gonna
hey, I'm a fan of Etowanda. I help out Coach Kleck when he asks.
Yeah, I'm a homer. You know.
There it is. But what's one of the better teams that you set eyes on, and what was it that kind of that sparked you about them?
This is tough because you got teams who are well coached and extremely talented. Let's say Fairfax from City Section, but some teams that I relate to a little better because they remind me of teams that I used to coach.
Right.
Like a team from out here, Riverside Poly.
Right.
Ran by Coach Dodson.
Press.
I mean, but they run their stuff. They execute.
Right.
Their kids look like high school kids.
Right.
You know, and some of these kids, you look at Corona Centennial, I mean, they got a couple of D1 kids that's like,
man.
Yeah, why are you playing? You should already be at a JUCO or
right.
D1
It's
already.
funny you say that, but yeah, that's a whole nother topic. But
Yeah. But just I really appreciate their effort towards execution.
Yes.
And just as a former coach, I dig that little stuff.
Right.
You know, I mean,
them and Rancho Verde kind of do this similar.
Absolutely.
Similar thing.
There's another team. Verde, it's beautiful it just depends on your perspective.
Right.
Some people don't like the low scoring. Take your time with the offense and just absolutely shut you down on defense.
Right.
But I understand, and I love it.
Yeah,
you know?
me too. I'm a fan of that.
That's like, what was it, Arkansas, where they ran that 60 minutes where they just trap you and French you. I remember Crenshaw used to do that back in the day.
94 minutes of hell, Coach Nolan Richardson.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm from the L.A. area, so I remember all that stuff. So who are some of the highlights? So the tournament goes, it started on the 26th.
Yes.
Today is the 29th.
Today's the final day.
Today is the last
championship
day.
Saturday.
So in the Platinum, I know you got your notes. So who are some of the teams that have survived and they're going to be there, and some of the teams that surprised you when they didn't show up? I wouldn't want to put anybody on blast if you don't feel comfortable.
Right, no, that's fine.
You know?
Championship will be all IE. It'll be Rancho Christian versus Corona Centennial.
Which is going to be banana.
Yes, it'll draw well. It's a Saturday. Both teams have really good support. These kids know each other from club ball. They play against each other. They play with each other. That's a big game. That's I think that's what they want.
And no, let me just if I may,
you may not.
You know what, man? Mute his mic, please. We gonna cut you off. But that dynamic right there, and because you've seen this for a while, is that surprising to you to see that these inlet? Because I mean, there's some big time schools in that bracket. Mm-hmm. Was it surprising to you that those teams made? Well, outside of Rancho Christian, maybe, was it surprising to see that Corona Centennial made it in your eyes?
No, just one, their talent level, and two, just their depth. I mean, they go. I want to say at least they can go 10 deep.
Oh wow!
So 5 guys off the bench, they can come in and
do the same thing.
Hold the fort down.
Yeah.
And then starters are fresh. Starters are fine. And so far they've played really well together. I mean, with a team like that, it can get a little selfish at times.
Right.
But so far from what I've seen, the ball's moving. They're playing well off each other, and they're playing for each other.
Nice.
And that's why. I mean, you win 3 games in that bracket to get the final.
Exactly.
That says a lot.
Exactly. And in terms of Rancho Christian, they're as good as advertised, or
yes. I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's one thing to have one 7-footer who's skilled, but when you got 2 of them and they're brothers and they know each other.
Right.
But I think one kid that's really improved is Jordan Montgomery, their point guard.
Okay.
He is a junior now, and just to see his development as a point guard, and it's tough to be a point guard on that team because there's a lot of guys who want the ball. And there's a lot of guys who want to score.
Yeah.
So he's done a great job of just facilitating and just getting the ball in the right place, pushing the break, making good decisions. And then when he has an open shot, he takes it.
Yeah.
But so far, his improvement from last year to this year, I think, has been the big key.
Interesting.
And what's interesting, so Etowanda, they fell in the first game.
They lost at the buzzer by 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. To Santa Margarita.
Yeah. And I'm looking at Etowanda's Twitter. You know I follow him. And I see they have your stuff all over there. I can't tell you how many things
that's Clamp City.
Well, let me tell you something. Like what I said, I mean, this is why we have you in, because what I want to do, man, again, like I said, this really hats off because this really, really excellent job in terms of covering this stuff.
Thank you.
And I think a lot of times when because we're not always able to get boots on the ground, and a lot of times we look to people like yourself. And I think a lot of times people like you don't get enough credit. That's why I want to make sure you get on here.
Thank you.
No, guarantee, man, because you do a really, really good job. But again, as we were talking about with that Platinum division, now who were some of in that Platinum division? Now who was another team that you thought was going to maybe be there that maybe didn't really show up the way you thought was going to be there?
He thought Downey was going to be there.
Oh, well.
I'm sure that's what he was thinking.
I think for the most part, everybody. I think St. John Bosco. They had a couple injuries. I think they had their big man Jonathan Salazar. He hasn't played all tournament. He's a good enough player where he's a difference maker that if he plays, they might be in the finals tonight. So it's
it's toss up.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And especially in that bracket because everyone's had good moments. Like St. Bernard's just absolutely got blasted by Corona Centennial, but they've bounced back and they won an overtime game last night.
Right.
So it was good to see them bounce back because I saw them last year and just seeing them this year just didn't look the same, and it's the same unit.
Right.
So, Corona Centennial beat them by 30 plus.
Wow.
And I see the lowest division is bronze. If they would have had copper, Ramona would have been. They would have been. I'm sure. But
don't look for the Ramona Rams. Come on.
This is he's dogging it. That's my alma mater right there. Yeah. See, my man, he knows Coach Goodwin over there. He knows him.
But like we said, 64 teams, 4 days, 4 divisions from December 26th to the 29th. And this was the tournament that Max Prep used to do, right? And it's kind of
no. They're completely. Max Prep is still going on.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay. So the classic at Damien, this thing is just exploded.
Third year.
And I don't know what Damien did, but they didn't mess around.
So a lot of the right people running the tournament, and just a lot of people that well respected in the business, and a lot of local teams that just didn't want to travel. The 2 major ones before this were Torrey Pines in San Diego, and Max Preps out in Palm Springs.
Okay.
Right.
So this is sad. It's put a dent in those tournaments, but it's helped out a lot of local teams who don't want to make those trips.
Right. Well, I need to get involved because I got to get the Vikings. And you look at did they sell? I'm looking at the program. It's a 60-page program.
No, it's really.
Do they sell this one or is it just given out?
Well, they gave that one to me, but no, they sell it.
He's like went to the mother cat.
I've been to a lot of tournaments, and I've seen this, and it's presented by Mark Christopher.
Yes.
So Auto Center. I take my hats off to this. They're not messing around with this tournament.
No, they're serious deal. And again, I can't. It's been very, very, very well received. Now, real quick in terms of players, one of the guys that here locally has gotten a lot of eyeballs is Lamont Butler over at Poly.
Absolutely.
Tell him what you've obviously got a chance to see him play in the tournament.
Oh, yes.
What did you see? What did you see with him? And how was his? Because I think he's only a junior right now.
Junior, yes.
So he still has another year to grow. I mean, he was getting a lot of fanfare as a sophomore last year. But what are you seeing in his game?
Just more improvement as a pass first point guard. His scoring has gotten better. His finishing is still needs work, but that's getting better. But just his ability to control the game, control the pace, be efficient out there where he's not pounding the ball on the ground.
Right.
He's learning to pick and choose when, okay, this is my shot, I can get to the basket.
Right.
And just stay within the offense because the ball's going to get back to me.
Right.
Picked up an offer from San Diego State last week.
Right, which is exciting.
And as good as he is as a player, just an awesome kid off the court.
Everybody says that.
Just an awesome
Everybody says that. I mean, that mean they just talk about how great of a kid he is, which is why I think he's getting the eyeballs and the looks because he's really wowed a lot of the people who talk to him. So it's really good to see that. But in terms of players just jumped off the court to you, you say you're looking at these guys outside of some of the guys we mentioned. Who were some of the players that people should be looking out for that you saw compete during the Damon Classic?
Chino Hills has their regular, of course, Onyeka Okongwu. Everyone knows he's going to USC. Off the radar, Faquan Davis has played well. Anthony Bell has also played well. I already mentioned Jordan Montgomery from Rancho Christian. Rancho Verde, they're 2 studs. Torrey San Antonio, Jackson Turner going to Arizona, D1 football.
Yes.
And Colony. Colony's got a sophomore point guard. They're led by a senior, Cedric Altman, getting a lot of looks.
He's a big guy, right?
Yes. Guard, wing guard.
Wing guard, right.
But they got a little point guard, not from out here, transferred in from West Virginia, named Brenton Napper. Definitely a kid to keep an eye on. His play continues to improve, and he's kind of he's got a really good. It's like Lamont Butler, like his demeanor and control the game, and just really cool under pressure. And at this level, that's what you want from a point guard.
Fantastic, man. Well, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, well-versed on what's going on in the basketball scene. For folks that don't know, how can they follow you? Give everybody your social media, please.
All my high school basketball stuff shows up on Twitter. That's capital M, Matty K31.
There you go. That's
Matty
it.
K31.
There it is. Right there, man.
I just noticed that the best thing about this program is that the last page has an advertisement for your Agua Caliente Clippers of Ontario. I just so happen to serve as the voice of your Agua Caliente Clippers of Ontario. So if you ever want to come out and see me and meet me in person, come to Citizens Business Bank Arena. I'll be right there.
Everybody just turn the radio off.
Yeah, right. And one thing I like too, you know our guy over at Fan Truth, Mr. Clipper Darrow.
Mr. Clipper, yes, absolutely.
How fitting. So tell Clipper Darrow, I told them when we were getting hired for the Agua Caliente Clippers, I said I wanted to be Agua Caliente Clipper Brian. So let that be known. So
done and done.
See, that's working. Again, Matthew, thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully Clipper Darrow don't get upset about that. Man. You know what I'm saying? He tried to steal his swag,
He's a fun guy.
Let's go ahead and do this. You ready to get up out of here?
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it. You're listening to IE Sports Net, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with the one and only, the Downey Viking.
Oh, wow.
Coach B.
Turn the mic off. And when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here. Live on Fox Sports Radio. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto and Protexxa users. If you or a loved one has taken the blood-thinning drugs Xarelto or Protexxa and suffered an injury or even died, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now. Xarelto and Protexxa have been linked to internal bleeding, strokes, and pulmonary embolisms. If you or a loved one has taken these blood-thinning drugs and have been hospitalized for internal bleeding, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Don't be a silent victim. Time is limited to file your claim. Call now for free information and a free consultation. Lines are open 24/7. Call 800-282-8605. That's 800-282-8605. 800-282-8605. You could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now.
All right, guys, we're ready for our four-season sunroom, and Daddy's gonna get a rec room with refreshments.
Oh no, we'll be sleeping under the stars.
Mom, what about the one with, the fun?
Nice try, little bro. It's a gym. My gym.
Hey, Grandma's getting her Four Seasons garden room. Weather tight and still like being outdoors. Maybe a living room. Oh no, wait, a family hub.
Yeah!
No matter what the budget, the season, or the climate, Four Seasons Sunrooms let you and your family enjoy the outdoors inside. Call now to hear more about these great offers from the premier manufacturer of sunrooms since 1975.
More reasons for Four Seasons now.
To find out more, call toll-free 800-973-5533. That's 800-973-5533. Call 800-973-5533 today.
Score Sports has been a loyal partner in the sports industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1975, Score Sports has always been a family-owned and operated business located in the heart of Southern California. They offer a full line of youth and adult soccer uniforms, accessories, and field equipment, youth and adult basketball uniforms and accessories and equipment. Score Sports can outfit your coaches and league referees as well, and much more. Their dedication and attention to detail has transformed Score Sports into one of the leading sport uniform manufacturers in the United States. Visit their spacious warehouse at 726 East Anaheim Street in Wilmington, or call them today at 800-626-7774. That's 800-626-7774. Or visit them on the web at scoresports.com. That's scoresports.com, at facebook.com/scoresports, or on Twitter and Instagram with the handle ScoreSports. That's ScoreSports.
Hey, football fans, leave the Hail Marys for the game and go for the sure thing when it comes to satisfying your craving. When you pick up Raisin Canes for game day, all you have to worry about is the score, because we've got the food covered with fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Our chicken fingers are always hand battered and cooked to order, So no matter the score, you'll always win. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love in the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
What's up, world? This is your favorite comic, Tony Rock. And you're checking out Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios with IE Sportsnet, connected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association.
You got it?
I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. Make sure you follow us on FoxSports1350.com.
Yo, well, I want to make sure.
G Holland's just been killing it on the music today, man.
Hey, that's
now I'm about to start pop locking up in here.
I'm about to say, I'm about to get ready to do my rerun.
Kids, Google pop locking. They have no idea what that
or
is.
Or rerun.
You know, they're not doing that, the mollywop, whatever, It's the pop lock. LA Lockers, man. Do they have the Riverside Lockers?
They got the Nichols Park Lockers.
Okay. The LA Lockers are world renowned. They're known all over the world. They've been on Soul Train,
Okay, I'm just saying. Don't act like we ain't got them. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to go over the boys basketball. We had our top 10 come out, so we just want to make sure we go over it. And then we have our top 10 in terms of girls. And they say it's ladies first, so I guess we'll start with the ladies. So we have Etiwanda, number 4 in state right now. They're actually traveling. They were going to come out to the station today, but they're actually traveling right now.
They said today we ain't got time.
Today ain't got time. They ain't have time. But right now they're number 1 in our top girls poll. They're at 9-2. Coach B, who we got number 2?
Lakeside, and we with the gentleman that was the women's coach. I don't know if he's there or not. We'll have to follow up.
I think he's still there.
Okay.
Yes.
They are 11-2.
So they're doing their thing. Coming in at number 3. Going on the microphone.
That's good. It's good that you ain't working. You know what I mean? We don't. Number 3, we got all they do is win. Centennial is 9-4. Centennial just does not mess around. All they do is win, no matter what.
And they do that, man. But number 4, moving right along, is Roosevelt. They're at 16-1. So, and they just beat Centennial, so there might be some movement in that poll.
Number 5 out of Riverside, Martin Luther King Jr. They're 14-1.
And then we have number 6. We have JW North. They're coming in right now at 12-3.
Number 7, Chino Hills, 8-2.
And then we have number 8, Rancho Verde at 11-6.
And then at number 9, we have Great Oaks at 8-3.
And then you have a Royal Valley coming in at 12-3. Also, we got to make sure we reference. We have coming in here the boys basketball. I know you're about to say something real quick.
Oh no! I was going to say how much time do we have?
It's quick.
Okay, so number 10 we had Riverside Poly, which you should have gone backwards.
Okay, it's all good. They're at what?
They're at 11-5.
11-5. Big shout out to our guy Lamont Butler out there. Number 9, we have Rancho Cucamonga. They're at 13-12.
You have number 8 Notre Dame. They're at 10-5.
Okay, and then you have number 7. That's what you say out there in the neighborhood. Number 7. Rancho Verde, they're at 10-4.
Number 6 is Colony, 12-1.
Then you have Damon at 11-2.
They're playing and they're hosting that tournament.
Yes, they are.
Number 4, you have Chino Hills at 8-3. Still doing well without any balls in the family.
Oh, really doing well, actually. And big shout out to our guy that stayed home. And then number 3, we have Centennial at 13-2.
And then we have number 2, we had to recount this. Got Etiwanda at number 2. Come on now. At 12-2.
They need to be number 7. And then coming in number 1, we have none other than Rancho Christian with the Mobley brothers, and that is the top 10 for the boys basketball for this week. The new poll will be coming out soon. We're going to make sure we keep everybody posted. Now, Coach B, I know you had an announcement you're about to make.
Well, no, I was going to say young Cameron. I know he helped out with this poll, man. And and was there anything that we missed, young Cameron? Anything that we see? I mean, let me know, young Cameron. You know what I mean? He got his story.
Well, he got a hood on.
All right.
The microphone don't work.
Today he got time.
I told him the microphone, sometimes it don't. If you have a hood on, it don't work. But go ahead, Cam.
No. What about that high school basketball in the IE, man? You comfortable with this list?
Yeah, of course I'm comfortable with this list. I spent a good time analyzing it, working on it, of
course. Okay. I'm just making sure. And the articles, we got young Cameron writing some articles, so we're gonna be some stuff out. So that's good.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, I just wanted to put it out there. You had an announcement, Eternal?
We're good. Everybody, make sure you log on to IE Sports. Now, again, we want to make sure we let everybody know we are exactly 14 days away from the Riverside Sheriff's Association All-Star Classic, taking place at Ramona High School, as well as the 215 All-Star Classic, which is going to be the lower divisions, small schools, and 8-man football. That will be taking place preceding the Riverside Sheriff's Association game at Ramona High School. All that's taking place on the 12th of January.
Thank you for listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Association, with your one and only Coach B.
And Eternal, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here, live on Fox Sports 1350.
There you go.
Happy New Year.
Radio debut, Mr. King. There you go.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.